Hello dear students. From today we are going to start a new series. We are going to do a new grammar book, a comprehensive grammar of current English in detail. I will do the explanation part as well as solve the exercises for you with explanation so that you know how to approach these grammar exercises. Now this book is very useful for both ICSE as well as CBSE students, as well as those who are preparing for your competitive exams ahead. So let us start. Let us begin part 1, the parts of speech, chapter 1 revision. First we will brush up all our knowledge in this revision chapter, and then we will go over to all the topics in detail. Sentence, phrase, clause, parts of speech. Now, what is a sentence? We need words to express what we have in mind so that others can understand us. But words are not enough. Words have to be put in a definite order so that they can make sense. Such a group of words is called a sentence. So what will be the definition of a sentence? A group of words so arranged as to make complete sense is called a sentence. The words have to be placed in such a way that they make grammatical sense and can be easily understood by the other person. Now, there are 4 different kinds of sentences. They are assertive, imperative, interrogative and exclamatory. Now, what is assertive sentence? Those which simply affirm or assert or deny something are called assertive or declarative sentences. The assertive or declarative sentences simply make statements. They just state some facts, like these statements may be in the affirmative, positive or negative. Example, Karim hit him hard. Now this action of Karim is in the positive sense, but if Karim did not hit him hard, where the word did not comes, this implies a negative meaning to the sentence. So your assertive sentences can both be affirmative and negative. Next is imperative sentences. Now those which contain some command, request, advice or prohibition. Prohibition means to prohibit or to say no to something are called imperative sentences. Example, close the door. This is a request. Get out. This is a command. Be quiet please. This is again a request. Now, interrogative sentences. The word interrogative itself has the word interrogate. Now, interrogate means to ask, to question. So those which ask questions are called interrogative sentences. Example, why are you late? Question mark. Who is Mr. Arya? Question mark. Do these sentences state anything? Question mark. These sentences are all asking certain things. Next is exclamatory sentences. Those which express some strong or sudden feelings are called your exclamatory sentences. Example, what a pity! Exclamation mark. How clever the crow is! Exclamation mark. Alas! Exclamation mark. He is no more. So these kind of sentences which express some strong or sudden feelings of either happiness, sorrow, joy or exclamation are called your exclamatory sentences. Now, there are certain things to remember when we mention sentences. When we write sentences, remember that every sentence will begin with a capital letter. Every assertive and imperative sentence ends with a full stop. And what are the other 2 kinds of sentences? They are your interrogative sentence. Interrogative means to ask questions, so they will end with question mark. And what is our last one? Every exclamation word or sentence ends with an exclamation mark, which is this. Now, exclamatory word or sentence. Okay, so the exclamation mark can come after either an exclamation word or an exclamatory sentence. Now, let us understand what is subject and predicate. Now, every sentence will have a subject and necessarily a predicate. Now, what is subject? That part of the sentence which tells us about whom we are talking is your subject. And the remaining part of the sentence which contains your verb part or the action word is called your predicate. So let us read. Every sentence consists of two parts. In the first part, we name some person or thing. So subject is the either some person or thing that we are talking about in the sentence. And in the second part, something is said about that person or thing. So this some person or thing is your subject, and what is being said about that person or thing is your predicate. Now we will study the two parts of the sentences given below as an example. The sun sets is your sentence. Now what are we talking about, or whom are we talking about? We are talking about the sun. So the sun becomes your subject. Now what is happening? What are we getting to know about the sun? That we get to know that the sun sets. So sets is your predicate. Now next sentence, the way was long. Now how do we identify the subject and the predicate here? Now what are we talking about? We are talking about the way. Now what about the way are we talking? That the way was long. So was long becomes your predicate. Now all the trees are shedding their leaves. Okay, so what are we talking about? What is our subject here? Trees is our subject here. Now what is the predicate part of the sentence? What are we talking about? The trees, which is our subject in the sentence, that the trees are shedding their leaves. Now students, as you can see, in all these three predicate parts of the sentences, sets, was, are, shedding, these are all verbs. So what do we reach the conclusion? We reach the conclusion that predicate part of the sentence will always contain your verb. Okay, this is how also you can identify your predicate part of the sentence. Now no sentence therefore can be formed without a subject and a predicate. So it is mandatory that a meaningful sentence should have both a subject and a predicate. Now let us see, which is something very important, what is the order of subject and predicate. In most sentences, the subject usually comes first. Sometimes, however, the subject is put after the predicate to make the sentence emphatic. Example, sweet are the users of adversity. That means the users of adversity are sweet. Blessed are the merciful. The merciful are blessed. So in these two sentences, whom are we talking about? In the first sentence, our subject is adversity. Okay, so here we see that the subject is placed after the predicate part of the sentence, which is sweet are the users. The second sentence, blessed are the merciful. Whom are we talking about? Subject is merciful. What are we talking about the merciful? That they are blessed. The merciful are blessed. So in some sentences, the subject can come after the predicate part of the sentence also. Now, in interrogative sentences, that means in those sentences which ask questions, the subject usually comes after the predicate or a part of the predicate. Example, can he help you? He can help you. Now this is your subject is he. Now see, the subject is usually coming after the predicate part of the sentence. Can he help you? Are you blind? Are you blind? Are is the predicate, you is the subject. Now, in imperative sentences which make some commands, requests or orders, how do we identify the subject? In these cases, generally the subject is omitted or left out. Like see, go away. Now, whom are we talking about? It can be anybody. You go away. Help me, please. We are saying, please, you help me, please. So, this you portion is omitted in cases of imperative sentences. Thank you. I thank you. Now, who is saying thank you? I am saying thank you, but I am not mentioning thank you. I just say thank you. But it is understood that I am the person who is saying thank you to you. Next, in exclamations, the subject is occasionally placed after the predicate. What a nice chap you are. You are a nice chap. So, in exclamation, the subject, that is nice chap, is occasionally placed after the predicate. What a is the predicate, nice chap is the subject. Now, note that the subject may consist of one word or several words. The predicate may also consist of one word or several words. Thus, in sentence 1 below, I sang, the subject and the predicate each consists of one word. I is the subject, sang is the predicate. How do we identify I? Because we are talking about I as the subject. What about the subject are we talking is told about the predicate part? So, singing, sang. So, the predicate part of the sentence always has the verb. Sang is a verb. Second part of the sentence, a very tall and muscular man wearing a black coat with a red cap appeared before me on the eastern side of the dense forest. Now see, your subject is a very tall and muscular man. Okay, wearing a black coat with a red cap. This whole thing is your subject. Okay, now what about him are we talking? That he appeared before me on the eastern side of the dense forest. How do we know that this portion is your predicate? Because the verb appeared is there in it, and it is telling us what the subject, a tall and muscular man, is doing. Now we will read about verb and its extension. We have seen that the predicate, like the subject, may also consist of one word or several words. When the predicate consists of only one word, that word is always a verb. The verb is without doubt the most important word in a sentence. There can be no sentence without the verb. Verb is your action word, which tells us what action is being done by the subject of the sentence. Now the verb in the predicate may be qualified by an adverb or some other word or words doing the work of an adverb. Such a qualification is called its extension or adverbial qualification. In the following sentences, the words in italics are extensions and the words underlined are verbs. Now see this. We eat to live. If this sentence is given to you, what is the first thing that you will identify? Your subject. That is we. Now what is being said about we? That we eat to live. Now eat to live is your predicate part of the sentence. Now in this predicate part of the sentence, the word underlined eat is your verb and to live is the extension or the adverbial qualification. Next, the second sentence, we walked all the way. Whom are we talking about? What is our subject? We. What is being said about we? Walked all the way. Now in this walked all the way predicate part of the sentence, identify the verb and underline it. Walk is your verb and all the way is your extension or adverbial qualification. She is like her mother. Whom are we talking about? She. And is like her mother is the predicate part of the sentence. Now is a helping verb or an auxiliary verb, and therefore it is the verb, and like her mother is the extension of the predicate part. The storm being over, we set out on our journey. What are we talking about? What is our subject? It is the storm. Now we set out on our journey is the predicate part of the sentence. Identify the verb over here, set out. So the remaining part on our journey is the adverbial qualification. Now we will read about the phrases and the clauses. Now in the following sentences, examine the group of words in italics. Ram knocked at my door. He is sitting on the bench. I don't know how to solve this problem. This box is made of plastic. Now the group of words like at my door, on the bench, how to solve this problem, and of plastic makes sense but not complete sense. Now see, if I just say at my door, what do you understand? Nothing. If I say on the bench, what do you understand? Nothing. How to solve this problem? You don't understand anything. Of plastic, the sentence is meaningless. So a group of words which make sense but not complete sense is called a phrase, because at my door, I will question you, what are you talking at my door? Is there somebody standing there? Is something behind the door? I don't understand. So it is not making complete sense. So these kind of words which when grouped together make sense but not complete sense are called your phrases. Now examine the group of words in italics in the following sentences. He has a ring of silver. He knows how to do it. Now these two group of words in italics are phrases because they make sense but not complete sense. Read the sentences. He has a ring which is made of silver. Now this is making sense because he is your subject. Has a ring which is made of silver is clearly explaining to us that the ring which he has is made of silver. Now let us take one more example. He knows how he could do it. Now in this sentence, the first group of words he knows has the subject he and the verb knows, which is also your predicate. Now the second part of this sentence, how he could do it, also contains a subject he and a predicate how he could do it. So a group of words which forms part of a sentence and contains a subject and a predicate is called a clause. Now we will go over to parts of speech. As we know, there are 8 parts of speech. So let us just refresh our memory. Now, Words are divided into 8 classes according to the work which they do in sentences. Noun, pronoun, verb, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction and interjection. These 8 classes of words are used to form all manners of speech, and hence they are called parts of speech. Now, one or more of these things should be in a sentence in order to make it meaningful. Now, what is a noun? A noun is a naming word. It is a word used as a name of a person, place or thing. Example, Jawaharlal Nehru was the first Prime Minister of Free India. Which is the noun here? Jawaharlal Nehru. What kind of noun is it? It is a proper noun. Now, Delhi stands on the river Yamuna. How many nouns are there? Delhi and Yamuna. Delhi and Yamuna are both your proper nouns, but there is one more noun here, river, which is your common noun. The dog rolled in the grass. The dog is your common noun. Now, what is a pronoun? A pronoun is a word which is used for a noun. Instead of repeatedly always using the noun again and again in sentences, we replace the noun in the second part of the sentence with a pronoun. She wanted me to teach you. Here the pronoun is she. The rose has thorns, but it smells good. It is your pronoun. Now, what is an adjective? Adjective is a describing word. What will it describe or qualify? It is a word used to qualify a noun or a pronoun, that is to add something to the meaning of a noun or a pronoun. For example, the big garden is full of beautiful flowers. Here the garden is your noun. How is the garden? It is big. So describing the garden, the word is big, so it is your adjective. It's full of beautiful flowers. Again, flowers is your noun. How are the flowers? They are beautiful. So the word beautiful is describing the noun flowers. Therefore, beautiful is your adjective. He is tall. Tall is your adjective here. Now, verb. A verb is a word used to say something about some person, place or thing. Kolkata is a big city where Arun lives. Is your verb and lives is also your verb. Is the helping verb or the auxiliary verb. An adverb is a word used to modify a verb, adjective or another adverb. That is to add something to the meaning of a verb or an adjective or an adverb. Now, adverb means adding more meaning to either a verb or an adjective or another adverb. These are called your adverbs. Example, he came quickly. Now, came is your verb. Now, quickly is describing how he came. So, quickly is your adverb. He did it very quickly. Now, quickly is again your adverb here. She is very good. Now, this is also your adverb here. A preposition is a word placed before a noun or a pronoun to indicate some relation between the noun or pronoun and some other word. It basically decides the placement or the position between a noun or a pronoun to indicate some relation between the noun or pronoun and some other word. Like, he sat on a chair kept under the tree. Now, he and chair have a relationship being indicated by on. Now, chair and tree are again related by the word under. So, on and under are the prepositions. Where did he sit? On the chair. He sat on the chair. Where was the chair kept? It was kept under the tree. So, these are relations between he, chair and tree. Next, conjunction. A conjunction is a word which is used to join words or group of words. Ram and Sham went to school, but Ashok remained at home. See, Ram and Sham, and is the conjunction. Went to school, but Ashok remained at home. Now, Ram and Sham went to school and Ashok remained at home. These two sentences are joined by the conjunction but. So, we have two conjunctions here, and but. An interjection is a word used to express some sudden feeling. Hurrah, we have won the match. Bravo, you have done well. Now, these are called your interjections. Now, another important thing that we need to discuss, students, is that a word belongs to one of the 8 parts of speech according to the work it does in a sentence. That means the same word can be used either as an adjective or as a noun or as an adverb or as an adjective depending on the way it is written in the sentence. Now, let us see. He is a poor man. We must help the poor. He works hard. Hard work brings success. So, there are two words, poor and work, which are used in different ways. Like, see, he is a poor man. Man is your noun. What is the word describing the man? poor. So poor is used as an adjective here. Now we must help the poor. So here poor is taken as a category of people, so it is understood as a noun over here. He works hard. Hard is your verb. How does he work? Works is your verb. How does he work? He works hard. So hard is your adverb over here. Hard work brings success. Now work is your noun here. So work is your verb over here. So how is the work being done? Hard work. So hard work is used as an adjective over here. Now with this, we come to the end of your explanation part. We will continue with the exercises in the next video. If you like my channel, please like, share and subscribe, and kindly keep notification button on so that when I post the next video, you are notified about it. Thank you.